Riddle 124. 1. The year is 1911, and a Peruvian boy leads an archaeologist through a tangled jungle. 2. Suddenly, the stone walls of an ancient city come into view. 3. There are terraced hillsides that were once planted with crops. 4. The archaeologist sees an excellent example of royal architecture and stonework. 5. It is the lost city of the Incas, 7,970 feet in elevation. 6. It had been abandoned since 1572 as a result of the Spanish conquest of the Inca Empire. 7. The Incas had built this place in about 1450 A.D. 8. Years later, in 1983, it was named a World Heritage Site. 9. It has also been voted one of the 7 wonders of the world. 10. The boy has shown the archaeologist Riddle 125. 1. I provide irrigation and hydroelectric power. 2. My fertile valleys produce large quantities of wheat and are rich in minerals. 3. I'm a key transportation route and navigable by large ships. 4. Because of my importance, armies have always fought to control me. 5. Many of my country's largest cities are located on my banks. 6. I am the longest river in Europe, and my estuary is on the Caspian Sea. 7. My tributaries and I connect Moscow to several important seaports. 8. When Russians hear my name, they think fondly of me. 9. The deep feelings of the Russian people for me are reflected in their culture and literature. 10. I was the inspiration for a very famous song. 11. What famous river am I? Riddle 126. 1. I came into existence in 1929. 2. I am completely surrounded by a wall. 3. My population is about 900, and I consist of only 110 acres. 4. Even though I'm very small, and not a member of the United Nations, my influence is global. 5. I am protected by 134 members of the Swiss Guard who still wear the traditional uniforms of the 1500s. 6. As for my economy, I almost don't have one. 7. I am supported by donations from throughout the world. 8. I issue my own currency, and my coins are highly sought after by collectors. 9. I have no official language, but within my walls you'll hear several languages, including Latin. 10. My birth rate is 0, because none of my residents is female. 11. I am the world's smallest country. Riddle 127. 1. Its English name is derived from Greek. 2. In a Greek myth, Hera, Zeus's wife, turned one of his lovers, Io, into a cow. 3. Then Hera had a horsefly bite her, and Io jumped across a narrow strait. 4. Hence this strait's name in Greek is the crossing place of the cow. 5. Today this strait flows through the heart of a very large city. 6. It wanders past several palaces and fortresses. 7. It connects the Black Sea with the Sea of Marmara. 8. 2 bridges now span the strait and join 2 continents. 9. You can enjoy it when you visit Istanbul. 10. Take a sightseeing cruise or relax at a restaurant on its shores. 11. This crossing place of the cow is known today as the Riddle 128. 1. This is a body of water that joins the Atlantic Ocean with the North Sea and separates 2 countries. 2. It was always a key natural defense for one of the countries, an island. 3. It could stop invading armies coming from the mainland. 4. When the first plane flew over it in 1909, it was no longer a protection against enemies. 5. In peaceful times, it serves as a link to join the cultures on its shores. 6. Excellent swimmers who successfully swim across its cold waters always make the headlines. 7. In 1994, the island and the mainland were joined by a tunnel. 8. The tunnel is an average of 45 feet beneath the seabed. 9. It's called the channel, a combination of the words channel and tunnel. 10. This arm of the Atlantic Ocean is the Riddle 129. 1. People often call me the White Lady because I am always covered with snow and glaciers. 2. At about 15,782 feet high, I'm the highest mountain in Western Europe. 3. However, an exact summit elevation cannot be determined because of the snow and ice cover at my summit. 4. In 1891, an attempt was made to build an observatory on my summit. 5. Gustave Eiffel planned to build it, but he could not find solid ground for the supports. 6. An observatory was built in 1893, but it was abandoned in 1909. 7. Chamonix, a commune at my base, was the site of the first Winter Olympics in 1924. 8. Every year, about 20,000 climbers attempt to reach my summit. 9. Beneath me there is a 7.25-mile tunnel between France and Italy. 10. In English, my name means White Mountain. 11. I am Riddle 130. 1. It was the venue for games, animal hunts, executions, and other spectacles. 2. There was seating for 50,000, and there were 80 entrances. 3. The excellent design allowed all spectators to exit in just 3 minutes. 4. Emperors built it to satisfy the people's craving for blood sports. 5. Its size and grandeur were symbols of the empire's power and riches. 6. The empire began to fall, and attitudes toward the spectacles changed. 7. After 400 years of violent activity, it became silent. 8. It is now in ruins due to age, earthquakes, and stone robbers. 9. This popular tourist attraction is in the center of Rome. It is the Roman Riddle 131. 1. This monument is famous around the world. 2. It was built to honor brave soldiers who fought for their country. 3. The monument is an arch and is large enough for a small plane to fly through it. 4. It's the largest triumphal arch in existence. 5. Beneath the arch is the tomb of the unknown soldier. 6. It represents 1,500,000 soldiers who died in World War I. 7. The flame of remembrance, commemorating the dead of both world wars, burns by the tomb. 8. That flame inspired the eternal flame on the grave of U.S. President Kennedy. 9. It's the scene of many patriotic parades in Paris, France. 10. Its name is Riddle 132. 1. We will be watched while we are in this capital city. 2. It is a showplace for the world, and the government restricts access. 3. Beautiful buildings look complete on the outside. 4. Inside, they might have no electricity, no running water, and no elevators. 5. Most residents work for the government, are in the military, or are scientists and academics. 6. We might observe the absence of the physically and mentally disabled and the elderly. 7. But there is no lack of statues and murals of the current leader and his father. 8. People we talk to are quick to praise their great leader. 9. Performing groups will wow us with their graceful, perfectly synchronized movements. 10. We are in the North Korean city of Riddle 133. 1. Walled courtyards and a 3-mile moat enclose all the buildings in this great temple. 2. In the center is a 5-towered building. 3. The towers represent the 5 peaks of the sacred Mount Meru. 4. In 1430, the temple was deserted and forgotten. 5. French archaeologists rediscovered it in 1860, and restoration began in the early 1900s. 6. Locals knew of it, but thought giant gods must have built it. 7. According to legend, Indra, the Lord of Heaven, built this temple. 8. Actually, a ruler of Cambodia built it during the Khmer Empire in the early 12th century. 9. You can find this magnificent temple in Angkor, the ancient capital city of Cambodia. 10. There are other beautiful temples in Angkor, but none is more famous than this one. 11. Its name is Riddle 134. 1. This great love story happened long ago. 2. When Prince Khurram met Arjumand, it was love at first sight. 3. Their wedding was celebrated with fireworks, music, and a lavish feast. 4. The emperor gave the bride a new name, Mumtaz Mahal, Jewel of the Palace. 5. He also gave his son a title, Shah Jahan, King of the World. 6. They were inseparable, and Mumtaz always accompanied her husband on his military conquests. 7. On one conquest, Mumtaz died during childbirth, and Shah Jahan was inconsolable. 8. As a monument to their great love, he built a magnificent marble tomb. 9. It took 22,000 workers 22 years to complete it. 10. It still stands in India as a symbol of their love, and it's the Riddle 135. 1. I blew my top on August 26 and 27 in 1883. 2. The last of my 4 explosions sent a shock wave that traveled around the globe 7 times. 3. My explosion generated a tsunami with an initial wave 130 feet high. 4. Ash was propelled to a height of 50 miles. 5. In 13 days, my dust encircled the planet. 6. 165 villages were destroyed and 36,417 people were killed. 7. Many thousands more were left injured, and I even destroyed 2/3 of my own island. 8. My blast was the equivalent of 200 megatons of TNT. 9. I was heard 3,000 miles away in South Africa. 10. Do you remember the name of the volcano that was west of Java in Indonesia? 11. I'm very famous. My name is Riddle 136, 1. Our tour of this ancient walled city is about to begin. 2. We enter through an ornate gate and see the world's largest wooden structure. 3. The tile roof is yellow, an imperial color that was used only by emperors. 4. There are 17 palaces among the 800 buildings. 5. There are 9,999 rooms in the buildings. 6. Ordinary citizens were forbidden to go past the locked and guarded gates. 7. Until 1924, it had been occupied by emperors who lived like gods. 8. It is fortunate that this place was not destroyed in the Communist Revolution of 1949. 9. We are just a few of the 10 million tourists who visit this exquisite city every year. 10. We are in Beijing at the Palace Museum, but most people call it Riddle 137, 1. My boundaries are non-existent. 2. You'll know when you get here because of the feeling I'll give you. 3. I am a lonely place because most of the people in my country live in urban coastal areas. 4. However, about 150 million sheep and the world's largest cattle station are here. 5. You'll find a diversity of landscapes, rocky hills and sand dunes. 6. The night sky is an umbrella of stars, and after a rain, wildflowers carpet the red sand. 7. The blistering sun creates shimmering mirages on my endless horizons. 8. The myths and great stories of the Aborigines will intrigue you. 9. Uluru, the large sacred rock formation, is here. 10. The kangaroos won't surprise you, but 1 million feral camels might. 11. You'll be in a part of Australia that Aussies call Riddle 138. 1. I'm famous for my big toothy grin. 2. In October, you can see me in stores and on front porches. 3. I was brought to America in the 1840s by Irish immigrants. 4. In Ireland, the Irish often used a turnip to make me because they didn't have pumpkins. 5. To make me, you'll need to hollow a pumpkin. 6. Then carve a face for me and put a candle inside. 7. I'm named for a man named Jack who tricked the devil. 8. When he died, he wasn't allowed in heaven, and the devil wouldn't let him in hell. 9. So Jack had to wander the earth, and I was his lantern. 10. You can see me in October because I am associated with Halloween. 11. I'm a